All right, welcome back to episode 6 of the IBL podcast. I am your host, Tony RL, and I am joined today by Detective Birb. Hello, Detective Birb. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty fantastic. How about yourself?
Oh my goodness, I'm just doing splendidly. I'm also joined by the Trapdoor. Hello, the Trapdoor. How are you this fine, I guess, evening for you?
It's currently 1 a.m., but yeah, it is. I'm doing fine. Pony got me out of bed to do this, and I'm ready to destroy my sleep schedule again for the IBL.
And, everyone listening appreciates you for doing this. So, uh,
Okay.
We appreciate you.
we all appreciate
Thank
your
you.
service.
The sacrifices will be repaid.
All right. Without any further ado, we just finished up week 4 a couple days ago. So we'll be going through all the action piece by piece. And we didn't have any games on Monday. We started off on Tuesday. We had Impact, ever dominant, beating Lotus.
Impact versus Lotus, winning 8 rounds to 2 rounds, and also taking the first map flawlessly. An absolutely amazing game by Delano and Revolvers. Actually, every single one of the Impact players, but Delano and Revolvers went 13-2 and 11-2 respectively, with Zenril going 7-4 and Yamsaba going 3-3. Although he was only playing, wait, no, he wasn't. He was playing both maps, but he is a healer on Graffiti, which they've also managed to win flawlessly. And then they won the next map 4-2 against Lotus, where their top frag was actually a free agent, Xcarps, who went 3-4, and then everyone else on the team had a bit of a more low point with the stats, with Skay going 3-8, Alex going 2-9, Bikers going 2-10, and Manuensa going 1-3, and Yuko not even playing actually. That is surprising. Yuko, their B League call up, not even playing a map. I'm actually kind of surprised that Impact dropped the 2 rounds on Slay, because I know they've been working a lot on their Slay. From scrimming them, I can tell that it's one of their more dominant maps, that they've been focusing on it a lot. So it's kind of surprising to me that the 2 rounds they dropped were on Slay. But all
Yeah.
in all, just an extremely dominant showing by Impact.
Yeah. Some takeaways, especially from this Impact team. Currently 6-1 in the Alpine division, only rivaled, followed up behind Rat Tactics, 5-3 for the season. It's just a dominant team. We've seen this as well. From previous seasons. Also, they they have a unique play style where they love to play aggressively. They love to kind of push up, be aggressive a little bit. And I think for these two rounds that they lost on Slay, I can't remember exactly what happened in the game, but I believe it was no, they overcommitted a little, and and Lotus was able to just drop down and get a good fill call, especially with two free agents at the time, Mudman and X Carbs. Mudman recently signed to Lotus full time. They definitely did overcommit, but that is something that they can always change later on in the season. And currently, it's been working out for them. 6-1 for the season. I believe the only loss is the Syndicate, which we'll get on later.
All right. Then last game we had on Tuesday, 2 season 1 veteran teams. We had Hang 10 versus Serpentine.
Yeah, this Hang 10 team, bit of a difference. Duzum back, after his season, back with his season 3 team. Very, very strong performance there. Hang 10 winning 8-5 in 2 maps, dropping 2 rounds on map 1, 3 rounds on map 2. Maps played was Trenches and Courtyard, both very crossbow heavy maps. And overall, it was a good performance. Snaz top ranking the game 14-4, followed up by Duzum 13-3, and Kubo from Serpentine 11-10. So all very strong performances from each of these players here on these rosters. And very, very strong. Antfrost, new this season, new as a team owner, new as a player, is making a good good point. And for us, this game only going 2-7, but we have seen him in other games playing a little bit better. Being able to do a little bit more, especially I've seen on Slay. He plays that jump boost kit, the Gadgeteer with the Levy.
What I like about Hank 10, Serpentine, and Impact, especially kind of tying it all together, is that they all work with the 4-player rosters, which I think is probably the more optimal way to like make an A league, because you want these people to have like excellent cohesion. So I think by subbing out players between maps, it just kind of ruins that. But yeah, seeing these two old titans fight once again. I remember in season 1 they had like some sort of a rivalry for like maybe 2 or 1 games, and then it all just dissipated. But I vividly remember, I think it was Duzim saying to Serpentine they have no mid game or something like that. Just a dominant showing by T-Snaz, Duzim, and Kubo. To be fair, everyone else on Serpentine kind of not hitting the mark with their stats. Although, actually, no, Kabalik isn't the healer on Serpentine, is he? Am I?
I'm
believe
not
that's a
entirely sure.
Manzo job.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manzo is the healer. Kabalik is like historically he played healer in the last 2 seasons. I think season 4 was for Impact, and season 3 was that also Impact? Was that Cuckoo and Grease's last season?
Kabalik was on Cooking with Grease in season 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the healer there. Yeah. Yeah, this is his first season in A League off of healer. So maybe some growing pains still there. Although to be fair, you just will have off days, and I think that they just had an off day against Hank 10 Serpentine. It's still an amazing team this season.
All right, and then the next game we had was on Wednesday. Set of 4 games that day. We started off with Lotus after picking up Mudman Sun, picking up a win versus the Arcane.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this is Arcane's last game with Pokemon Master before he got traded, and I'm pretty sure there's also a call up, by Talsi. And I mean, I for some reason remember this game being a lot more closer than what I'm seeing right now. I mean, it's still like 8-4, but I legitimately for some reason remembered this being a 3-mapper. But yeah, no, Cad going 17-5. Jesus. Cad going 17-5. Skate going 11-8. Mudman Sun, I think, signed. Was it signed basically this day? Going 5-8. Bikers going 3-3 on the support role, and Alex going 2-4. Playing the first map of Courtyard. On the other side, you have Pokemon Master, who got. I think this was his last game.
There
He
was
was
another
offering
game
at 10
against.
11. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Hang Ten later in the week, he was on the Arcane before he got
And
traded.
after that,
The third.
to Ultraviolet. Shipped off to Ultraviolet. Yeah, going 10-11. Boiler going 8-9. Grungy going 6-9. Kara going 4-9. And Talsi not even playing. Or maybe he just didn't die and didn't get a kill. No, he just didn't play. Okay.
Yeah, this Lotus team finally being able to play Cat after, a few weeks of Cat not being able to play definitely made a big difference there. Like you said, Cat 17-5, but keep in mind, Skate 11-8, bringing up, that tailwind there. Mudman's on 5-8, Bikers 3-3, and Alex Juke, I know he's had some internet problems in the past weeks, 2-4, but I mean, they're still, playing, at a good skill level when they have their full roster. So when they have their full roster, they are a very good team. But when it's broken up, it's not that great. You're losing maps. You're not even, you're sometimes not winning rounds, like you saw earlier in that Impact game.
Yeah, just really great to see a lot of these teams that started off very slow, at least picking up a win. Never like to see a whole bunch of teams going winless. So Good on Lotus there. Next game we had on our schedule, we had Eternal Rising versus Sugar Rush.
Very, very good game. 3 maps played for this one here. Sugar Rush taking map 1, 4-1. Eternal Rising taking map 2, 4-2 for them. And then Eternal Rising winning map 3 as well to win the game, 4-3. So all very, very good maps there. The Eternal Rising roster, they made some adjustments. They've signed a few people. Recent additions. I believe Pinky was signed on the first so on Tuesday, and then Fee is retired on the 4th. So Fee's no longer playing with them, but this was one of his last games playing. Very, very good game. Very close. Avalon Bark being the top frag of the game for Sugar Rush, even despite losing the game, going 19-10. And then Suru 9-9, Perhex 5-2. And then Birb, not me, guys. Birb 15-10, and then Rectify John 14-10 as well. Both very good players bringing up that Eternal Rising team. And then Pinky signed by Levy Spike 12-9. All very good games. Trenches played map 1, Slay played map 2, and Spaceship played map 3. All super, super strong stuff from this Eternal Rising team.
Yeah, I'm going to try to save my bias because I am on the A League of Sugar Rush. And I do want to say, because I like seeing, because this is basically, I mean, Eternal Rising has a lot riding on like the more CBB side of talent. They have, from what I'm seeing right now, 4 kind of more known for playing a lot of CBB players. Actually, I don't know if Bird plays a lot of C. I definitely seen him around there.
I
The other
think,
Bird.
yeah, not me, guys. This is really confusing. I didn't see Birb a lot during preseason so much. I definitely, did see him in a few games, I believe. But Lafui, Jolly Skill, and Pinky,
I mean, like Pinky technically has won a season. He's got
yeah,
he's won the
he has
he's on
he has a ring. He does have a ring.
He has one.
But yeah, so definitely him getting signed to this Eternal Rising team, it definitely does have some high hopes. This Eternal Rising team, currently 6-1 on this season in the Area Division, tied with Arcane Academy. So very, very strong stuff from this Eternal Rising team.
Yeah, I just wanted to I like seeing this kind of like more homegrown talent of just like playing CB. This is mostly about Sandals, Jolly Skill, and Lifui. But I guess how Pinky too, just both of these people, both Jolly Skill and Lifui just being like these rookies this season. And I guess, no. Jolly Skill, Lifui, and Bird like all being rookies this season and just showing the numbers, showing that they can hang in, that it is worth it to play CB, and you should too.
Yes, guys.
And on the other side, of course, Avalon Bark, another amazing rookie, basically having 2 KDR on after 3 maps. That's kind of disgusting to say the least.
Yeah.
19-10 is an incredible stat line.
All right, then after that we had the season 3 rematch?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Shinji Kato defeating Shot Glass.
I mean, it is the season 3 rematch, but I don't think has who from Shot Glass like remains on that team. Is it just Chibis? Because outside of that, I don't think I remember anyone else from that season 3 B League playoffs run/win on Shot Glass.
I mean, Chibi's wasn't even on that. I don't believe on that B League roster
Yeah,
because
so this is a completely new Shot Glass against,
yeah.
I guess, kind of new, but not really Shinji Kaido. I mean, this is all still their friend group. Audels is still there from season 3. I guess John dies, but he was an A in season 3. Dirtpool wasn't there. Dino was there. I do remember Dino days. And
So-
also, this is a kind of like an all new look shot glass against some old but some new Shinji Kaido members.
yeah.
I mean, this time the the pendulum swung the other way, and Shinji Kaido got the win. So
Yeah, Shinji got the win there. Doubled. New, I believe, to the Shinji Kato roster this season, I believe.
yeah,
Yep. 16-7. Strong performance. I'm already seeing round 4, map 1, 1 ace there. Super strong performance from Doubled there. Definitely bringing this Shinji Kato team to overcome, some of the previous losses there. Super strong, MC Hunt 132, Crossbow Merchant, from Classic Season 4. He was super strong on that map. Very strong. Currently they are, let me find them, 2-3 on the season in the Volcanic division, behind Goth Money, rebrand of Warriors, and Infrared, which is 4-2.
I like. I mean, I'm gonna be here. I like seeing Durple succeed because I've technically been on the same team with him since season 2, I believe, because I was team staff for AG. So I'd be glad to see him finally make it to playoff. I mean, no, wait, no, he made it to playoffs in season 2, but make it past playoffs because since season 3, like in season 3, it didn't work out. I think it was like by 1 or 2 games, and in season 4, it just kind of fell apart, sadly. But yeah, seeing him on the squad and seeing him comfortable, seeing him going 16-7, it is nice. I feel I I feel great for him. I hope it's nice seeing him do good.
Yeah, very much a story of two very stand-up players for each of these teams, Derpld and Tan. Tan having a very good season, getting quite a few A-League call-ups, but maybe that's a bit spoilers for later. With that, we can move on to the last game of Wednesday. We had the Sirens falling yet again, this time to Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder, new team this season. Rebrand of a previous team. Not sure exactly what team off the top of my head. Oh no.
Aces Up, I think. This is
I
the new.
believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Guys,
believe so.
Aces Up, yeah.
And a completely overhaul. I believe Synchronics is the only one staying on this team from season 4, if I recall. Because I know he was
Yes,
on.
he
Yep,
was.
Synchronics has stayed. And we have a very good Foggy Snow duo is back from Mouse Trap. Very good team. Weezy Moss, rookie this season. MJ, another rookie. And then they also brought in Sinai J and Zay Brazy. Two very good players there, to round out that roster. And then Sirens, still in the fights. One of the older teams in the league here. I believe season 2 is when they were formed.
Yes, season 2 was the first season of theirs, yeah.
Yep, season 2 was the first season. Golden, Chaos Dragons, Gorgon, Hasby, Cress, Fexi, and Sotorami. Also very good roster, just unable to do much with it. Going down to the stats, Gorgon being the top fag for Sirens, 4-4. Followed behind Hasby, 4-7. Cress, 2-4. No, 2-3. Chaos Dragons, 1-9. And then Golden Fexi not playing, and Sotorami 0-9. And then for the side of the Thunder, rookie Weezy Moss going 8-2, tied with Foggy, also going 8-2. Zabazy 7-4, Zaconics 6-1, Sinai J 3-2, and Snowy and MJ not playing this game.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of the story of the Sirens this season is that when will they get their first win? Because as of right now, I don't think they've even won a map yet. And the closest they've come so far is I think it was a round 7 against Sugar Rush on Courtyard. But even then, Perhex was also 12 and like 4 that one singular map. So I think it was actually on 13. But like, yeah, no, this Sirens roster, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It is a they're all like pretty fine players. I'd say they're pretty like fine B leaguers. They just need to find their footing. But I've also heard rumors of them being apparently being happy if they win a map. So I don't know if they have that mentality to try to go for a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say there. I do like Thunder. I think they are an exciting team. They have some exciting new prospect. They have some exciting basically kind of ancient players at this point because if I remember correctly, Cyanide has been playing since season 1.
Yup.
Uh
On that
Synchronics,
Street
I think.
Sucks.
Uh what
Uh,
what did
s-
you say?
Cyanide J Street Sucks season 1.
Yeah,
And then let me
season 2
see.
Nightmare. I
Yeah,
think
and
Darkness, I
Psychonics,
guess.
season 1 Galaxy. So all super old players there.
Froggy already a winner in season 2 with Mousetrap. Zaybrazy, the ancient Goldens player. The one memory he'd maybe like to forget, but then again, I mean, he's technically a finalist in season 4. They not technically, he is a finalist. Season 4, he was on Infrared. This is an exciting team with like some great new prospects with NVZ Maz and MJ Gold, and then just yeah, some like veterans, kind of mainly of the B League, but still veterans. It's nice to see them win. I remember casting their first win against Infrared, which was a team that they were definitely not expected to beat, and to pull it out in that amazing 21 rounder. So yeah, they're a team definitely still poised to take some incredible wins. I don't know if that the same can be said for Sirens though.
Simons once again season 4. Only winning once, and it was against the Warriors. You know, both those teams season 4, like they had good players, they just could not find their footing where they needed to.
Then that brings us to Thursday, where we had Hang 10 once again winning, this time against the Arcane.
I mean, this is the last game from Pokemon Master on the Arcane. This time, once again, I mean, being outfragged by Duzim and Crunchy, but then it's him going 14 and 13 with Crunchy going 14 and 12, and Duzim going 19 and 9, respectively. And Arcane taking home the first map of Pumpkin Patch, and then almost closing it out on a spaceship. It was a nice 7 rounder, but kind of losing their footing on Slay and just to not being able to find a second round there, with Hank then closing it out on a 4-1. And Frost had a like really good game here, going 11 and 9. T-Snaps going 10 and 9. Twitch EW, the support player, the ancient support player at this point. I think he's been also playing since season 1 or 2, going 6 and 13. On the other side, you have once again Grungy going 14 and 12, Pokemon Master going 14 and 13, Boilera going 10 and 11, Carousel going 2 and 10, and Talsi not playing.
Yeah, very, very good performance there from Hang 10. Like I said, with the other Hang 10 game, Anfos, he found his footing. He found what works for him. He's now finding, the ways of the battle box of IBL. He's definitely improving much better. He's quickly, getting into it. He has a good team around him to, constantly help him wherever he needs to. But very good performance, 11 and 9. Much better performance from the Hang 10 17 game, 2 and 7. So good performance there. Arcane, still putting up good rounds. Arcane winning that first map, fell on round 5, I believe, and then, being able to just get the right picks at the right time, Snaz dying to Pokemon Master early game, it gives them the correct, numbers advantage. They know who to shoot, they know when to shoot, and it's just overall a very good game. And Pokemon Master, very strong from him. 14-13. No, only losing out to first place by 1 death for the team. But unable to close it out on Spaceship, and then Slay unable to find their footing for there. But overall, super strong stuff from both these teams here. I'm excited to see, where this Hang 10 team goes, and where this Arcane team, is left to go with them losing Pokemon Master.
Yeah, you've kind of just reminded me of a fact that I somehow was not able to notice right now. But Anfrost is technically surrounded by people. I mean, not technically. His team is full of people who have won an IBL season before, with Duzum and Twitchy taking season 3 and T-Snaz taking season 1. So it is kind of a fun fact. I only just learned when you pointed out, you were saying like, oh yeah, he's surrounded by experienced players, and I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, no, these guys have all won before. Yeah, on the other side, it's tough seeing Arcane losing Pokemon Master after this game, because you can see that he I guess was a highly impactful player for them, being the second frag right here. And it's also kind of, I guess, sad seeing them lose that map too when they were so close. Oh, I think they. Oh, that is, yeah, no, it is just sad. It is definitely up in the air where they go after this. I don't think it happened. I don't think it happened this week, but very recently they've signed Slew from back in the day, their season 3 B League roster. Then she was playing on season 4 Arctic Arts, and now she's gonna go A League for the Arcane, kind of going back. Not really full circle, but I guess kind of a circle. Back to the Arcane, replacing Pokemon Masters. So it will be interesting to see if Slew can fill that hole that Pokemon Master left behind when he took off to Ultraviolet.
All right, then the next game on our schedule, we had Infrared dropping to Impulse.
Infrared, Impulse, 2 good teams. Impulse winning this one out, losing map 1, winning the last 2 maps though. And very, very good performance there. Divvy Dab taking the top 5 of the game actually, 16-9. And then Pizza Slider and Konzid just behind him, 13-8 and 10-9 respectively. But very, very good map. Map 1, Pumpkin Patch. Especially as we get later into the seasons, people are going to be constantly evolving the Pumpkin Patch stats. Back when I was doing some like day 1, day 2 games, people were banning Pumpkin Patch like daily. And now people are actually playing it. Pick 1, pick 2 for their maps. And then ending it out with Graffiti and Watermill. Watermill, last remaining TNT map in the map pool currently. Infrared winning map 1, but Impulse going on a spree of Phil's winning 4 rounds in a row to take Watermill. Graffiti, Infrared once again winning that first map. Winning that first round, but then Impulse able to win 3 in a row. Infrared taking round 5, but unable to stop the dominance of Impulse there. Leading Pizza Cider actually in a 1v2 to end that round off. But then Pumpkin Patch, losing out. Infrared 4-2, winning 4 rounds of the 6 played. 2 of them, just being able to drop Event How to full early game by LTFO and Pizza Cider respectfully. Just being able to, kill that event early, and just going off that momentum.
Yeah, it's a Phil heavy map, Watermill, man. It is. What else is there to say about that map? Oh my goodness. It doesn't even. No, they've only won based on a Phil, I guess technically 2 times. No, 3 times. But it is just like the map. Oh, the map. It haunts my dreams, man. It's so bad. Anyways. No, it is. I mean, whenever you see like a stat line that's above 12 kills, you just know that the player is just really good. And the PDAB going 16-9 in a losing game is just amazing to me. I think he not yet did he only was has he only been on call ups for their A League, or has he been signed? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen him a few times after this playing for Ultraviolet.
I believe it's just been call-ups for the time
It's just been call ups. Okay.
being.
I've heard some say locker rumors about him being signed to the A League, but I guess they're not doing that. They've got Pokemon Master. Although I don't think it's still off the table.
I mean, today's game, he did go up to that A-League spot for the I mean, I forgot what game it was. Last game today, I think it was against Tavern. He did go up to that A-League spot for so it could definitely be possible that he does get moved up to that A-League spot before the trade deadline hits.
I think this podcast is gonna go out after the trade deadline, so we might just be
Oh
talking
no,
about things
it'll
that
be out
already happened.
tomorrow. Don't you worry about it.
Oh.
Oh no. Wait, hold on. If we make enough mistakes, Pony has to delay it because he's gonna
No,
have
please.
to edit it so much. Quick, Burp, talk over me. I'm gonna make a really wise point. Nah, but it is interesting to Impulse interests me this season, to say the least, because they have an extreme amount of firepower. These are all like really good players, firepower wise, and it is. I mean, I guess they did win this one, but I would expect them to more or less win Pumpkin Patch here. Also, I see this. I think this was the last time Morpheus could have played a game for this team. I know he stepped down as owner of the Impact brand, I guess, after this, and I think he also retired. And I also see Womb9 here being signed as a one day, but not playing. The man will never get his minutes in.
All right. Then the next game on our schedule, last on Thursday, we had Eternal Rising defeating the Shinji Kato.
Eternal Rising. Once again, I don't want to call them a CBB squad because I don't take it as an insult because they have played a lot of CBB. I know Lifui and Sandals Jolly Skill especially, and I guess Pinky because I do queue with him a lot. Pinky is my goat. I'm glad to see him do well. I know Jolly Skill going 14-12. Pinky going 12-10, Birb going 12-11, and Lifui going 6-9. Although I'm pretty sure he does play the healer kit, so he doesn't usually get the chance to frag out. On the other side, though, Derpold going 18-11. That is crazy to say. He's just consistent with it. That is amazing. Going 18-11 in a losing game, in a 3-map game nonetheless. Dino going 8-6, MCN going 8-8, Hans going 5-8, John Dice going 3-6, and Otto's going 0-5. Him as being Slate Trench's graffiti. Eternal Rising just doing damage this season.
Yeah, this Eternal Rising team, definitely, new faces, old faces is actually no old faces actually. I don't know why I said that.
I mean, you could say Faris is an old face technically.
I mean, yeah, technically
But he's not
speaking.
there anymore.
He's no
hasn't
longer
played.
there. He's not playing anymore. He's retired. Slay Trenches Graph, like you said, I mean, good maps. Eternal Rising taking map 1, losing Trenches, but I mean, I'm not surprised they lost Trenches. It's, like I said, a crossbow heavy map. They have Derpold, they have MC Hunt, they have Hands. They have a very strong roster for that. Derpold acing on round 2 there. And, Dino Days just to round out that roster. Eternal Rising winning one round 4. But, unable to win anymore after that. But then being able to win Graffiti, fill on round 1, Phil on round 2. Tsuchikado filled on round 1. Total Rising filled on round 2. Round 3, got all the kills. Round 4, also got all the kills. And then, round 5 and 6, being able to just get those kills early game. Hands dropping first round 5, autos dropping first round 6. Getting those early picks, getting, what you need to get done, and being able to get that, early map control is key, especially on Graffiti, when, a team can just randomly go in the middle and start a fill. You need to be prepared for that. You can't be playing back. That's why having a bridge build is so important on Graffiti.
All right, then we get to the Friday where we had 2 games. Start off with Close Combat picking up their first win of the season versus Riptide.
Yeah, this Close Combat team, took them a little bit to, find their footing, find their step, find their stride. And winning against this Riptide team of Celestine, QD, It's the Nathan, O'Noodley, and Scouts the Riptide, very, very good. Winning map 1 Spaceship in dominant fashion, I will say. Filling on round 1, and then just dominant fashion on each of the rounds after that. Only ever losing 1 player on the last 2 rounds of that map. And then Riptide being able to bring it back on Slay, winning 4 of the 6 rounds played. And then, Trenches, they weren't able to win it. Celestine making a good run on this map, but it's just not enough. Crystal Fang, ace on round 4. Kitty Dragon nearly an ace. It's all super, super dominant from this Close Combat team, and I'm excited to see how they stack out in this coming season, especially as we're getting, midway through the season, starting soon. I'm excited to see how they're currently 3-3 on the season, so I'm excited.
Yeah, they're 3-3 on top of their division. Anyways, so I'm throwing some shade away of our division. Now, I paid attention to this game because I'm a professionally degenerate gambler, and I decided to bet on Close Combat. And let me tell you, these guys were breaking my heart and causing me heart attacks mid maps. That trench, like I remember seeing them go up 4-0 on the first map and seeing, oh my god, it's about to hit, and then get 4-2 the very next map. And then, of course, they go up 3-1, lose the next 2 rounds in I mean, some of them very close, but also not really. It is it was definitely an experience seeing this team win. Yeah, they got shotgun filled on round 6, and then round 5 they just got flawless. And round 7 they decided to go for their own shotgun fill. But this was, I mean, I am friends with I'm friends with some players on Riptide, and they have told me that they haven't really practiced together before this map because Scouts was doing his academics and getting a doctorate or something. Something very minor. That's
Much less
Instead of-
important than
instead of-
IBL.
yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, Celestine apparently being sick on the day and still putting up a 12-12 showing is just amazing to me. That, like, god of consistency Celestine, always never having an off day. But no, it is extremely hype seeing Close Combat win, making it that only one team now in A League lacks a win. It is I'm not gonna say who that is because we're gonna talk about him in a few seconds. But yeah, still absolutely amazing team, absolutely amazing game, and maybe a start of something new for this squad that at first was floundering and now is top of their division as of today.
Then the last game on Friday, we had Impact taking their first loss of the season versus the undefeated Syndicate.
This is a game.
Yeah. Absolute cinema. Except for match 3 where it was a blowout, but absolute cinema otherwise. The Syndicate. It always feels like they're underrated. I don't know how else to say it, but it always feels like, people aren't talking about them enough. Because they have an amazing team this season. They have Bed Inspector, a person who has won last season's B League. They have Demers, who has won Season 2 B League. They have Fuby, Control Z, and Gray. Some of the most some absolutely amazing players. They aren't being talked about enough as a dominant force in the league. Because even last season they had an amazing team, and it still felt like people weren't talking about them enough. But yeah, no. Being the last undefeated team this season, absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching this game. I was actually hosting it, willingly enough. It was a good game. It was, both. It's just two Titans clashing. Very very strong. It a little bit reminds me of, Nova versus Hang 10 season 3 finals. I mean, two super strong teams going at it. Impact unable to slipped a little in map 3, which was graffiti, but I mean, still putting up a respectable performance. Delano 13-10, top packing the game. Revolvers 10-8. Zenral 8-11. Yamsabag, I believe their support, 3-12. I mean, super super strong performances. Flay 12-10. Demers 11-8. Josie Z 9-6. Gray 1000 9-10. So super super good game from all of these players here. And it leaves Syndicate last undefeated team in the league, 4-0, topping the Volcanic division. So it is an exciting time. Syndicate, will they be able to hold? How long will they be able to hold on to this undefeated league for?
I mean, it has to happen at some point, that a team goes
It-
undefeated in a season.
It
It has to
does
happen
have,
at some point.
yeah.
Surely. We can't end without it.
No.
Yeah, I've been just so impressed by, I've said it like pretty much every week I've been on this podcast, but Revolver's playing in A League this season, was great in B League this last season and looks amazing in A League this season. And that's, I just don't want to underrate just how hard that is to do. The step up is really big, but still Syndicate coming out on top. I mean, everyone talks about this team just being completely well-rounded and that any player can win their one, and that really just shows between the top frag and the bottom frag on this team, 3 kill difference. I mean, it's it's exactly what everyone imagines. And Impact, similarly, a team I think everyone also believes is the just fraggers top to bottom, but Syndicate just really showing out on the day. And yeah, this was just a crazy game. All right, then the first game on Saturday, we had Hang 10 versus Femme Fatales.
Hang 10 taking it. Femme Fatales almost winning map 2 there. Watermill. I remember, I believe I was streaming this game here. Super, super close on that round 7 and round 6 there. Super, super strong behavior on that Watermill. Watermill round 5. 3 TNT kills there. Very strong performance. They're starting to find their footing. where they needed to. They're starting to find, what's working, what's not working. I believe this was one of the other games that 70 Luna was called up for it before she got the full A-League contract recently. It was a good map. Play very, very dominant from Hang 10. Even round 3, all 8 players died. So we had that cogitate with 3 there. But super, super good performances from these two teams. Femme Fatales, like I said, starting to find their footing, starting to find, what's working, what's not. So I'm really hoping they are able to get a win here shortly in the coming weeks against some of the other opponents.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm a believer as well. I think Fem is still like mechanically an extremely skilled team. I I'm just waiting for them to just pull out that win. And I'm gonna be honest, the Hankton team is also looking extremely scary. I mean, I know some people are doubting the addition of Antfrost and kind of were doubting Twitchy after season 4 just did not pan out at all. They went winless. Their first win after winning the season in season 3 came in season 5 against Nova again. So it is really nice, after the 3 long months of season 4 finally see him just back on a team that's doing good. And just for his sake, I hope he continues to do good, because like season 4 was a disaster for him, man. He deserves some break. He deserves a break.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, Femme Fatales were able to make it this close on map 2 without Marie, which is kind of insane. Would be interesting to see like what this team would have put up with their full strength roster, but I think it's definitely a sign that they can definitely be taking some games, and I definitely expect them to take some games as the season goes on. All right, then we head down to the B League, where we had Eclipse taking a nice win against Sirens.
I mean, Sirens, man. I don't know what else to say. This is an 8-1 win for Eclipse, an absolute just kind of destruction. Like Carter going 12-2, Tyler going 10-1, Invex not even dying, and HV going 5-0, and HV Buddy going 5-1. Where on the other side, you have every single member of the Sirens dying dying almost every single round except the one that they won. And Fexi going 3-8, Sorami going 1-8, and everyone else going 0-8. It is just an absolute destruction by Eclipse.
Yeah, I mean, Eclipse, still not doing great on the season 2 and 4, but, definitely showing, Coda, good addition, 12-2. Tyler's vibing, I believe he played, he had some definitely moves during season 4, was on, I believe, that Tactic A-League for a little bit there, nearing that end of the season. But definitely could do good in B League. Invex, another rookie, I believe, going 5-0, showing what he can do in this league, and then HV Buddy, rounding out that roster, that 4-man roster that they had for that day. Very, very good from Eclipse there. So super, super good for Eclipse there.
Sirens just still on the hunt for that win. I guess it's gonna. I mean, in my mind, it just creates this like great storyline of when will they win. I'm a big believer that they can, but who is it gonna be against? Because the time is kind of running out. You need to like win against at least one team. Come on, you can do it. I'm a believer. Come on, Sirens, please. I don't. I mean, technically, you can still make it to playoffs, but Probably not with the way they're playing right now. Something has to change. And I don't even know if they really want to get to playoffs.
So we go from an 8-1 in the B League to an 8-1, I would say probably an upset in the A League. We have Close Combat taking down Divine Rising.
This Close Combat team, their second win of the season after taking an earlier win on Riptide, I believe. Super strong performance against this team. Divine Rising, obviously not playing at the strongest, Fawn Aardvark, X Apple, Mindlover, and Birb as their roster. But I mean, only being able to get one round on Spaceship and then losing all of the others. Map 1, Graffiti. Map 2, Spaceship. Very, very good stuff. I've seen a lot of fills on round 1, round 3 of Graffiti, both fill rounds. And then, just very, very strong performances from the Close Combat team on Spaceship. I believe Spaceship is definitely one of their stronger maps that they have here. Spaceship, when you get 2 times that they played it, very, very good. 6-7 map record for the season. So very, very nice stuff from this Close Combat team. Birb being the top frag as a B League call up, 5-6, X Apple 4-6, My Lover 4-7, Honeyfuck 1-8 to close out that Divine Rising squad. Kitty Dragon 8-1, Zin 8-3, Crystal Fang 8-6, and Triple Lion 3-4 to close out that Close Combat roster.
I think this win is something that Close Combat needed, because of course, the first win against Riptide, you could say that it was scrappy, that Riptide wasn't playing at their best. Deep went 0-7. He didn't have the best day. They haven't been playing together. I think this is a win. Like, this dominant win is something that basically tells people that Close Combat is still a team that you have to watch out for. And not even a little bit. Winning 8-1 is really good, especially against Divine Rising, who have some very old players in Apple and Mindlover, and I guess Fawn too. Although I think Fawn started playing season 2, and I think it was for Street Sharks, but I might be lying in that sense. I'm not sure though.
Divine Rising has 3 players that have played since season 1 of IBL, Apple, Mindlover, and Fawn Aardvark, all having 5 seasons under their belt.
I am so good at this. My trivia is amazing, especially in BattleBox.
Let's go, Trapdoor.
Oh yeah, no, he was on Street Sharks B League in season 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And the man's been around for a while, so to see this squad of rookies go up against this just team of veterans that, while not playing together, all still have an extremely dominant seasons behind them, with Apple, I guess, getting to playoffs every season. I think so. Mindlover being on Serpentine for basically his whole life, and also doing good on there. So this is an insane win by Close Combat, and a very dominant one at that.
All right, then the next game on our schedule, we have Riptide defeating Nova.
Yeah, no, this is, once again, I am friends with the people of Riptide. I am friends with some of the people from Nova, and I think this is an amazing bounce back win for Riptide as a squad, because they were the first to lose to this winless Close Combat team that has only just begun to go on a tear. So to win against the last season winners in Nova, definitely an amazing bounce back, definitely an amazing way to bounce back. On the other side, Nova, this was their first game, I think, with H3 Buddy, their B League. I don't think he was a call up here, but They upgraded him from B League. I'm pretty sure he is their support player. Looking at the stats, you have Cool going 14-9, HV Buddy going 7-7, JFA going 6-7, and Tor going 4-10. On the other side, you have Celestine going 10-7, Nudley going 7-7, Scouts going 6-6, Nathan going 5-5, and Deep going 5-6. You know, it is good to see Riptide just bounce back after that. Not really sad, but kind of a bad loss against Close Combat, who up until that point were winless.
Yeah, I mean, looking through the rounds here, map 1 Trenches, Nova taking a dominant 3-1 lead over Riptide, but Riptide winning 3 rounds in a row, being able to bring that map into their favor and winning it. Losing to Graffiti, very, very fill heavy map. Nova winning round 1, just, pure sword damage, I believe. Nova winning round 2, once again. Phil, though, and then, this Nova team filling a good bit, doing what they can against this Riptide team, eventually taking the map. And then Riptide, domination here on Watermill, winning all 4 rounds in a very, very strong fashion there. I believe they filled 3 of the 4 rounds that they won. Round 3, they killed all 4 of the Nova roster there. But super, super strong performances from both these teams. Nova returning from Season 4, but, not having the same roster that they had. Nova, Gizzy Mizzy, Dald, Tormud, Cool, JFeg on that Season 4 roster. I believe it's only Cool and JFeg who are, and Tormud returning from that Season 4 roster there.
I remember Scouts talking about this on the stream after the interview, specifically about Watermill, saying that he knew that Noah would study them, so he decided to prepare the Watermill specifically for them. And also remembering it's kind of amazing if you look at the map selection, because you can see Scouts talking to Tor, trying to bait him into picking Pumpkin Patch, and Tor deciding to go against it and picking Watermill, and then sadly getting 4-0'd on that map as well. So it's kind of interesting to see how good Riptide can be if they can prepare for a game. Because I mean, I don't think many people expected them to win this. I did bet on them, but I usually just bet on the upset happening.
All right, then we head back down to the B League where we had Sugar Rush falling to Serpents.
Serpents winning in 3 maps, winning map 2, map 3, which was Watermill Slay, losing out on Trenches, but still able to get it off. I believe it is in I can do math, guys, I promise. 9-8 victory for the Serpents. Serpents winning, Serpents getting 1 round on map 1, and then Sugar Rush getting out 2 on map 2 and 3 there. But very, very good stuff from the Serpents team. Sparky, 16-10. Sky Oreos, 12-11. Good. I don't know how to pronounce that name. 10-9. Only Golden 4-5-4. Sky Warrior, 4-4. Comes was 4-8. And Joshka not playing. Went for this Sugar Rush team. Perhax 15-11. Avalon Bark 13-8. Giselle 10-13. Saru 8-13. Soul's not playing, and Vloof 0-6. So all super, super good performances from each of the players in this game. Trenches, Avalon Bark, showing dominance. Very, very strong. I'm seeing 9 kills on that map alone. So 9 of their 13 that they had. super strong performance on trenches there. And then, Buttermilk bringing it to 6 though. Sugar Rush winning the first 2, and then Serpent found their stride, found the footing, found what they needed to do, and won in 4 in a row. And then, map 3, it was kind of a back and forth until round 6. Serpents taking 2, Sugar Rush, Serpents to win the game there. So very, very good performances from each of them. Serpents taking the win, bringing their standings to, if I could find them, 3-3 for the season, and Sugar Rush just ahead 4-3 of the season.
It's kind of sad to me that the one time Pony invites me on to the podcast, it's Sugar Rush losing everything. It's Sugar Rush losing their games. Like, Pony, did you do this to me, like as a joke, or did
It
you
is
know?
because I hate you personally.
It is. Oh, okay. Yeah, just had to confirm my suspicions. Man, I'm kind of sad that Josh never got to play on Serpents, because I was expecting him to be like the leader on that team, but I don't think his availability was the best, because I'm pretty sure he has the opposite availability of Sparky. All in all, I mean, yeah, an amazing showing by Serpents. If I glaze Serpents, that technically counts as like me glazing Sugar Rush, because they lost to this amazing team. Nah, but Serpents really pulled their weight here, and yeah, got an absolutely amazing win. If it wasn't for that trenches, it would have been a lot more dominant. I don't know what else to say.
All right, our next game on the schedule, we had Goth Money, Giant Killers Goth Money defeating Hang Plus 10.
Goth Money, the team that has, I think, destroyed the flawless seasons of 2 to 3 B League teams so far. And I don't think Hang Plus 10 was undefeated up until this point, but they have definitely been a force to be reckoned with. Well, let me actually look at this. Okay, never mind though. This wasn't Hank Plus 10's like first loss, but they're still just an abysmally, not abysmal. There's just still an extremely strong team, and it just shows the power of Goth Money to be able to punch up above their own weight. The Kiplers, the player from season 4 of Impulse, going 11-4 here. Yuko going 6-6. Hits Hunter, I guess Hides Hunter going 5-2. Amushi going 5-4, and Master OP going 4-6. On the other side, for Hank Plus 10, you have D95 going 8-7. Zolf going 6-8. Sage going 5-8. Aid is going 3-8, and Gadaxi and HG Smalls not playing. I mean, it is amazing to me that no one else sniped Kiplers except for Goth Money, because Kiplers was a part of that just really good, well, not really good, absolutely overpowered squad from the Season 4 Impulse, which only lost 1 game. And he was definitely a part of those wins. And he, from my experience, I fought him a few times in Sword, and he is amazing. He's an amazing melee player.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who was on the Warriors team, season 4, rebranded to Goth Money this season, I'm really happy for them. This is a huge improvement from last season. Kipler's great pickup. Yuko, great sword player. And then Master P and Amushi and Hits Hunter, all great players in their own respective ways. So, I'm very happy that this team is doing much better than they were season 4. Glad they're going, I believe, 3-3 for the season. Goth Money 3-3, second in the division, only behind Infrared. But super happy that this team is doing so much better than they were.
All right, last game of our 7-game Saturday, we had Serpentine taking down Lotus.
Lotus here, very, very good very good. Despite not them having the full roster, but them having Cat in this game, it still wasn't enough. This full player roster of Serpentine, it is insanely strong here. Kubo going 15-6, Manzo 12-5, Luxuries 5-7, and Kabelic 2-9. Super strong performances from Manzo and Kubo there. Skate 8, 12-8 being the top bag for Lotus there. Cat 6-9, unable to find really their stride. Yuko, Beely call up there 4-5, Alex Dug 3-8, and Bikers Bat 2-4 there. Maps played was Pumpkin Patch Spaceship. It was just a back and forth game on Pumpkin Patch. 17 Lotus, so on and so forth. 17 able to win it round 7. Skate 8 with an ace. I believe round 4. I can count, guys. Round 4, very good ace from him, but just unable to really do much against the 17 roster. Bikers Bats coming in for Yuko for map 2 Spaceship. They were able to win round 1, but after that, it was tough after that. 17 winning 4 rounds in a row. So not much you can really do there.
I mean, yeah, no. In my mind, it seems like Lotus has all of these like amazing players and these amazing pieces, and they just struggle to like put them together. Because like you look at this team on paper and it should be, I mean, I don't want to say dominating, but it should be playing really good. And you can see that in some flashes, especially like that pumpkin patch was was back and forth. And yeah, and then it just all fell apart on a spaceship. But I don't know, like they need to like find a way to just play together here. Skate once again being just this solid cornerstone, getting I think he's every single game he's played he's gotten more than like around like the 10 kill mark, going 12-8 here, which is still absolutely ludicrous in a losing game. It just feels like they should be winning more. I just want to say it like that. Like to me, it feels like Lotus should be winning more. And like, yeah, this is also Serpentine's win after they lost to where is it? Yeah, after they lost to Hank 10 earlier in the week. That's a callback back to the start of the podcast. That was the second game we were discussing here. But yeah, no. It just feels to me that Lotus should be winning more with like the pieces that they have.
All right. Then the first game on Sunday, we had the Arcane dropping to Rat Tactics.
Part of me always believes that Pony, whenever part of this podcast comes to discussing his team, is the part he makes it for. Especially if they won.
It's what it's all about.
It's what it's all about. It's about the Rat Tactics Glaze session. Nah, but this is the first game that Arcane had after they traded away Pokemon Master to Ultraviolet. They played this with their B League call-up Dalsy. And I mean, to me, it's amazing that they managed to win that second map of Spaceship against Rat Tactics here, because you're already playing without one of your most dominant players, and you're playing with a B League call-up. So just the first of all lose the first map in a round 7 decider, and then win the second map. It is just craziness to me. Boiler going 10-7, Crunchy going 10-9, Kara going 5-8, and Tassi going 3-7. On the side of Rat Tactics, Mass Marvelous 11-7, Winters going 8-8, Names going 6-3, Psychans going 3-1, and Weiwo going 3-9.
Yeah, I mean, this Arcane roster, despite, losing Pokemon, they were still putting up a good performance, Like you said, bringing that Rat Tactics roster to round 7 on the first map of Graffiti, shows like if they can definitely find a good replacement for Pokemon Master, they can definitely work on some bigger stuff. Winning that map too. Very, very strong performances from these players. I mean, Rat Tactics being able to win 2 rounds, but they were able to close it out on round 6 there. And then it was just a kind of a domination fill back to those season 2 tactics for rounds 1 and 3 there. Good fills from that tactics there, and then being able to close it out round 4 and 5 with some good picks. Names dropping a 3K there on round 5. And Mas Marvelous acing round 3 of Graffiti there to win them the round there and take a 2-1 lead. But super, super good performances from the Arcane and super good from that tactics there. But I feel like Pony does not like when their when his team is not doing great. It gives him hard problems, guys.
Tony, when are you gonna do group watches again? Are you gonna do watch parties in the Rat Tactics Discord again? I'm still waiting on those to come back.
Man, actually, Rat Tactics games are happening on weekends now. I could probably bring that back. A lot of games happen when I'm at work though, so
Yeah. If I feel like I'm one of the only people to ever experience being in a voice chat with Pony while his team is trying its best, to say the least.
Yeah, for me, it's mostly
He is passionate for this.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I deal with Pony in the Twitch chat yelling. Have had a lot of those moments.
Pony,
it's a
please
lot of
bring those back.
the same stuff, but spoken instead of typed out. So you're not missing out on much, Birb.
Okay, sounds good.
It is really hype when Rat Tactics start winning, though. I have to say that you have to be there.
All right, then the next game we had on our schedule, we had Divine Rising dropping once again, this time to Serpentine.
I'll say it once again, Serpentine roster. It's a strong 4-player roster here. Kubo, 12 and 7. Kabelik, 7 and 6. Luxuries, 7 and 8. Manzo, 4 and 7. For this Divine Rising team, winning map 1, which was Pumpkin Patch, example 11 and 6, sum of kills 7 and 8, Mind Levers 6 and 9, and Vonovic 4 and 7. But this Divine Rising team wasn't able to do much on Graffiti or Watermill.
It is crazy to me to always see a team stumble and then just never look back. And Serpentine losing map 1 4-2, and then just 8-0ing Divine Rising, never looking back, never giving them another round, another chance to get back into the game. It is actually it is a sight to see. It just affirms that if this Serpentine roster can work together good, they can just absolutely beat up anyone. And also, I just want to know what type of change they made between map 1 and map 2, because that is just an insane comeback.
All right, then our penultimate game of week 4, we had Hang plus 10 dropping to the Arcane Academy.
Arcane Academy. It is is one of the strongest B League teams in the league right now. And I feel like Hang plus 10 is also extremely strong. So to just kind of see them win 8-3 and absolutely decimating the statistics of Hang plus 10 players is actually a sight to behold. Skalad going 12 and 3, Kalasum going 12 and 3, Bass going 5 and 1, Talsi going 4 and 2, Cat or Qgato going 2 and 4, and Grudge not playing, thankfully. It's okay, Grudge. I believe you can play a game. I'm a believer. On the other side, Hang plus 10 players just not standing a chance. AG Smalls going 4 and 7, Sage going 4 and 10, Yeet is going 3-10, Zolv going 2-8, and D95 and Gadaxy not playing and saving their stats for another day. It's just, I mean, this is an 8-3, but even like these stats feel wrong for this game. To me, these stats feel more like something that would happen in a way less closer match.
Yeah, I mean, going through map 1 here, Spaceship, I mean, it looks like they really tried and focused on the 2 rounds they won, round 1, round 5. I mean, it looks like they just went for heavy fills. I mean, 2 kills, 4 hang 10 there, and then on round 1 getting the fill, and then on round 5, Tausi getting a kill, but they still get that fill off. And then on map 2, round 1, Trenches, I mean, they're still at HG and Aegitas with 2 each. Super strong performance there, but unable to stop it. 3 flawlesses in a row for Arcane Academy, and then round 5, nearly a flawless Sage getting 1 kill on Skullhead there though. But the Hang 10 team, it is very strong when they have like I said, full roster. Like they did put down D95 and Galaxy. They might have put them down, but they might have not been there for the actual game. But when they have their full roster, it is a very, very good team. 3-3 for Hang 10. Arcade Academy tied 6-1 with Eternal Rising there.
Yeah, Colossum is just a monster. He's like an amazing ranged player, but I just looked at it. I just looked at the leaderboards in B League. He is only in the 4th spot on ranged kills, which kind of feels wrong to me because he seems to get a lot of his mileage out of his bow, but he is an absolutely amazing player and a rookie this season.
Yeah, looking at the leaderboards, Colossum, 2.35 KD ahead of Dino Days there for that KD side. Very, very good performances there for Colossum as a rookie this season.
All right, then we get to wrap up our week 4 action with Rat Tactics defeating the Tavern.
Oh, this is a game. Tavern, I believe, they have Snom, and they had to bring up Tan. No, they didn't have, Tan up there. Not doing too bad, I believe. I lied.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. Wow, that's not a lie. It's just a fucking obfuscation of truth.
Yeah.
It's not a.
I mean, against this Mad Tactics team, which is a very, very strong team, Masmovlis, Wavo, Winters, Names, and Psycans. It's not a lot you can really do against it. Today's going 13-10, Red 2, 10-11, Snom 3-12, Tan 1-14. And then for the side of Mad Tactics, Masmovlis 15-6, Wavo 10-5, Winters again 10-5, Names 9-9, and Psycans 3-2. So super, super strong performances from the Mad Tactics team. Tavern winning against Spaceship. Tavern getting a good fill on round 1. Snom, today's Red 2, and today's, getting the respective kills. Winters attempting to make a push, killing Tan and Red 2, but unable to clean it out. Wavo with 2 in round 3. And Rat Tactics made a good push. Round 4, round 5, both winning in flawlesses. But round 6, Tavern returned with the flawless of their own to win the map. And then Courtyard, mainly back and forth. Rat Tactics, though, winning the first 2. Then it's Tavern, Rat Tactics, Tavern, Rat Tactics to close out map 3. So very, very good from either of these teams. Tavern, he's not much they can really do there. With Snom playing and then Tan, Billy call up there. So we will see how it plays out for them later in the season, especially with, I believe, Fluid Flame getting unbanned in, I believe, 2 games?
Yeah,
From what I
he's
recall.
already played a game today.
Yeah, he played a game, but the way that bans work is it takes the first blank games on your roster, and that's what you're banned for. And since this was his 8th game on the roster, he was able to play it. But Tavern, 2-6 of the season, not ideal for them. So we're gonna hope to see if they can make a playoff push here shortly, coming into later seasons.
Yeah, this was their second to last game without Floofy. And I mean, it is still like it still shows the strength of the roster with them being able to push it to a map 3. But at the same time, I'm always reminding Tan of this. Uh he's never living this down. No, Red Tactics having an absolutely dominant showing. No one on their team going negative in KD. Names going 9-9. That's the closest they got. Today's once again being that type of cornerstone player for the team, going 13-10, consistently being able to uh, put out good numbers and good output in their games.
All right. Well, that does it for us in week 4. Trapdoor, do you have any takeaways from week 4 as a whole?
Close combat is on a comeback. Someone stop him. Someone stop him. Can't be having these rookies do good.
All right, Birb, you got anything?
You know, very excited to see. We're jumping into the halfway season soon. Syndicate 4 games only played. Other teams, 6, 7, 8 games even for that tactics there. And Serpentine, we will see how scheduling plays out, how these games play out. Fist Fight, 0-2 on the season. Haven't played a game in a good minute. So we will see how these upcoming weeks play out. Week 5 has already been off to a good start. As it's only Tuesday, we've had 8 games already. So it will be a good finishing up the season.
All right. Well then, let's take a little bit of a sneak peek into week 5. I just want a couple games from each of you that our listeners should keep an eye on.
Sugar Rush versus Mousetrap. Just to glaze my own team. I'm a believer. They got. What about you, Pony? What do you think about that game?
Sugar Rush versus Mousetrap. Not to glaze my own team.
Alrighty.
I mean, these are obviously 2 of like the best teams in B League at the moment. It's gonna be a very good game. I think they're very evenly matched. I'm definitely going to need to be close to a hospital when I watch this game.
That's okay, Sam. If I see Souls on spaceship again, he's good on spaceship. He has the mentality, killer mentality.
I mean, for me, all these games are going to be very, very good, but I'm more personally looking forward to, the 2 Goth Money games we have. Goth Money versus Donut Droppers and Goth Money versus the Sirens. No, I've been watching this Goth Money team very closely. They've been doing well. So I'm excited to see how they stack up against this Donut Droppers team, who is 3-2 on the season. So I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, I just realized we've mainly talked about B League here. So for the A League watchers out there, I've just spotted a gym. Ultraviolet versus Nova is going to be the matchup of the season 4 winners against each other, with Gizzy on the side of Ultraviolet and J Factor and Cool on the side of Nova. I guess Dondal, but that's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah, and then the game right before it, Hang 10 versus Riptide. I'm excited for that one. We've got that Hang 10 roster, Duzum, Antfast, Twitchy, and Snaz. versus the Riptide roster of Celestine, Q-Deep, Scouse, and I'm forgetting two. It's the Nathan and Noodly. There we go. I got it. So I'm excited for that game. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, no, for some reason I thought these two teams already played, but no, they are. Since they're in the same division, I just kind of assumed,
Yeah.
but no. Hank Thunders. I mean, that's going to be an interesting game to see if Riptide can, continue their preparations and see how far they come with them. Because Hank Ten, if you don't know, Anfrost sometimes streams their scrims, so you can watch how a Hank Ten scrim goes.
Alrighty. Well, I think that will do it here for us. Do either of you have any closing comments? Anything you want to say?
Can I self-advertise?
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Sign up for game staff. We need more casters and streamers, please. I'm tired of doing everything in this league.
If you have a computer that can stream, there's a very easy way to set it up, but OBS doesn't work. So do you come to be a streamer? We kind of need those.
Yes, please.
Please.
We're just casting too much, and then vocal cords cost a lot to replace. So
Listen, I'm almost game staff level 10, my guy. It's cooked.
he's over. No one outside of game staff will get this joke.
Yeah, no one.
All right. Well, that will do it here for us on the IBL podcast. Thank you all for joining us, and I guess we will see you next week. Next week? Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll see.